All right, how's it going out there, everybody? It's Drew Peoples from Peoples Collectibles, and today we've got even more Ravnica Clue Edition. I recently opened up some loose packs of these that I had lying around, um, and I just bought more of these. So basically, what I'm going to do today, I'm not going to go through each of the packs too slowly. Any of the rares that I didn't pull the other day, I'll probably read those. Talk about that a bit. But we're gonna basically here for the shock lands, see if we get an Amzu or anything else I might have missed, and then also gonna go through my sorting process here at the end for anyone that might be of interest of. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff, but I mean, it's just something, if you're into collecting cards, organizing as you're cracking packs is something that I wish I had been doing from the get-go. And it's something like when I look at, I'm going to start opening these boxes before I just talk my freaking head off. But anyway, like when I got back into Magic in 2018, 2019, I actually recently got that collection back. I had left it abroad, and that's a whole story. But anyway, I got it back, and sorting through that collection, I noticed like just how terrible I had been at sorting my stuff. I would do drafts with friends and then basically just throw everything into a pile. So really the only organizing I was doing is I was taking out the rares and anything, for decks, obviously. But outside of that, there was there was no real sorting, and then maybe putting piles aside of, oh, these things might be good in a deck like this, and these cards might be good in a deck like this, that sort of thing. So not really too much sorting. And then when I 2020 and everything, and I started selling stuff online, and then picking up a bunch of I started with the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms collector, not collector box, the what's the word I'm looking for, the gift bundles. Aha, there we go. And all right, there we go, there's the land. So yeah, we're gonna take all these out first. But anyway, yeah, it started off with the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms gift bundles, right? That was the first set that I was buying a considerable amount of, just because those gift bundles were being fire sold on Amazon for nothing, and I love me some D&D. So I found it to be a match in heaven. And people were like, the power level wasn't crazy or anything, but I mean, there were interesting cards, and they were taken from the world of D&D. So it was like, this is a match made in heaven, even if though it was, supposedly the replacement for the standard set that year, right? So the power level compared to other stuff around that time, wasn't super high or anything, and that kind of turned people away in a way. But anyway, the point of that ramble being, when I was cracking those open, I was sorting stuff to some degree, but it was still few and far between. And I finally, did I already pull it? Okay, I did already pull it out. I'm looking for something that doesn't exist. Oh, now I know what I was thinking. And just so you know, the ADD here is on full effect. I forgot to take those guys out. And I mean, if you haven't seen the Clue bundle, by the way, I mean, it's just there's supposed to be like some kind of game involved that's around like Clue that you play with your friends with these Jumpstart packs. If anyone out there has actually played that with their friends, first off, how did you get friends? Let me know. I'm curious. And second off, if you've actually played this weird little Clue variant, yeah, let me know if it was actually fun or not. I'm kind of curious. But and I think that's part of what turned people away from this. First off, the high price point. I think the MSRP was like 80 for one of these, maybe 80, at least 70. I remember that for sure on Amazon. These selling for $70 when it first came out, and I got these for I think like 41 before tax, and before I was getting them for under 40 after tax for a minute there. And I take okay, everything's been taken out. All right, cool. So real quick before I just keep rambling, and this video is like 5 fucking hours long, let's see what's up with these shocklands. Why don't we? And I mean, this really is the reason for the season, and what got me to originally get these boxes was just the fact when they were like, 30 some after tax for one of these, and it was like, all right, well, you're guaranteed a foil full art Shockland. So we're starting off with hollowed fountain there. A bit pringly, but as much as I hate the lack of quality control and all that, pringling with cards really isn't that big of a deal. You put it in a top loader, a card saver, something to help flatten it out. It's one of those things that you can actually cure over time. It's not like taking a fucking marker, marking on the back to get rid of any whitening or anything. It's a totally natural process of the foiling process. Is they're gonna pringle, and keeping them in something like this. Okay, he's sticking out a little bit. That's okay for right now. It's okay for right now. We'll take care of that later. Yeah, that's real good advice. That's a tomorrow problem. No, that's again, I don't want to spend 5 hours making this video, so that's just gonna go over yonder for a moment. All right, also pringly, also hollowed fountain. All right, can't complain. Not one of the top dogs, but not on the bottom. Actually, what is on the bottom? I don't know. I still have at least like 2 of these lands like listed at the moment. So whatever those are on the bottom, because I basically refuse to sell these for anything less than $20. For under 20 at that point, I'm like, well, I'd rather just keep it then. You know what I mean? But anyway, I mean, that was a thing when this set first came out. Obviously, people would normally be hyped about, oh my God, you're guaranteed like, cool looking Shockland in every single one of these. But Ravnica Remastered had come out recently, as did, what was it? Oh, Infinity. I remember Karlov came out, but I'm like, wait, Shocklands weren't in Karlov. They had the Surveil land, so what's the connection? Watery Grave, all right, that is actually the top dog, for sure. Dimir is a go-to. I'm guessing, because blue and black are arguably the 2 most played colors across all the formats in Magic. Because, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like the people's favorite color pairing necessarily, but, if you watch a lot of people playing Magic, there's a lot of blue and black decks going around. Those are 2 colors you're going to see very often. But anyway, I do know that typically the Dimir lands become the most sought after. Same Undercity Sewer from Karlov Manor, the Surveil land. That's like a $30 Surveil land. It's worth more than any of the mythics in that set. At least, at the moment. Things fluctuate because the economy's fake. And, oh, there we go. Watery Grave, number 2. All right. So a little repetitive in our Shocklands there today. But, like I said, Watery Grave is the top dog. So we're not sad to see that at all. Now, personally, I'm an Izzet player. I like my blue and my red because it marries together the 2 things that I love to do the most. I like to be an aggressive player, but I also conversely also like to play some games of control, right? So I'm probably, best described as like mid-range is typically where I probably try to make my decks, Why am I having such... Is it because they're so curly? All right, well, whatever. You guys go over there for now. Y'all go in the trash bin. It's time to crack some packs. All right, and like I said, because I just did one of these the other day, and I'm not trying to make a 5-hour video, any of these that I'm like, oh yeah, no, we definitely already looked at this. First off, I have to open the pack. That's an ordeal within itself. Okay. So, starting off, Simic. All right, well, we definitely saw Simic the other day. There's one with Lonus. And I don't know what the other one is. So yeah, my understanding is, right, you have all the color combinations. All right, is it Lonus back there with the Hydra? Yeah, okay. So that was the same as the the other pack. I'm not even going to sort these right now. Again, I promise I'm not like, oh, I'm not sorting these right now. I'm going to do it next week. Like, no, literally, I'm going to do it after I do the video. I promise, Mom. I promise. All right, another Simic. Can we get something different? But anyway, you have the 10 different color pairings, and I believe that for each color pairing, there's 2 different variants that you can pull. So let's see. Okay, well, this this was the exact same one. Jesus Christ. All right, so that's also Simic. Let's see if we get yet another Simic. All right, there we go. Is it? That's one. Definitely saw both of those the other day. The corporal projection or whatever, and the technician dude. So not too interested in that. I know Boros, we saw both. Gruul, saw both. Golgari didn't see any. Amzu or not. So that was a little disappointing. Azurius, I know we didn't see any suppressor sky guards. Also disappointing. What do we got? Cult of Rakdos. Did I get both of these? Carnage Interpreter and who's the other one? We'll get there eventually. Oh wait, no, I saw a Frenzied Gore spawn. Is that? Oh yeah, no, that is. I'm pretty sure that is the other one. Well, we'll see in a second. All right, if I can. Oh my gosh. Good thing I'm not opening the plastic on all these bags because apparently I'm having a real hard time here, folks. All right, we're gonna get there eventually. What the fuck, man? Ah! Okay. No cards were harmed in the filming of this video. Okay. I had to just say fudge you. Okay, I was literally about to say it, and then it started doing the thing. I think it heard my anger. I was like, "Geez, dude, it's just cardboard." Oh my god! And now you're still fucking with me? Jesus Christ! I should have given up as soon as I was like, "Wait a second." I'm pretty sure we already saw the cards in this. Although the Frenzied Gore spawn, even though that name rings familiar because I looked through these cards earlier, I don't know what the fuck he does. All right, there he is. What does this thing do? 5 mana, 4/4. When he enters the battlefield for each opponent, goad target creature that player controls. Whenever one or more creatures attack one of your opponents, those creatures gain menace until end of turn. And then, yeah, the Spawn of Mayhem is the reprint back there. Okay. That's ringing a bell. So Rakdos, Gruul, and Izzet. We've done it. Simic. Did I see what the other Simic card was? I mean, I literally have all the cards right there, so I can just look at it real quick. But that defeats the fun. Okay. Fun. All right. Selesnya. So there's the Enclave Evangelist. A show. We've seen him. And who is the other one? We shall see, or we won't. We will not see, in fact, for now. All right. And also, so another thing about this set. So the unique cards, so again, based on my understanding, so we have a stack over here. Here's the unique uncommons, right? So there should be 10 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, look at that. We only got, yeah, the Golgari ain't doing us any favors. And I guess I have another stack of these cards somewhere because I was like, I've definitely pulled more than 2 Amzus and whatever the other Golgari card is. And then Undercover Butler. What a stupid fucking card. Look at this. 2 color, and not just because, I mean, it's a stupid concept, but just a bad card. 2 colorless, and then a blue or a black for 2/3 human rogue. When he attacks a player with the most life or tied for the most life, it can't be blocked this turn. So I mean, not bad necessarily, but it just reminds me of who's the guy from, is it Phantasmal Warrior, the merfolk, like 1 colorless and 2 blue. He's a 2/2 and can't be blocked, right? And I know, like, That's a big difference in a way, like with the mana cost, right? Like 2 blue versus like a blue or a black and 2 colorless. Like, yeah, this guy's considerably easier to cast, and he has 1 more toughness. Um, but it's like a can't be blocked, but a conditional can't be blocked effect on a 2/3. Just, I don't know, it seems really underwhelming. Really underwhelming. Just the fact that I got so fucking many of these things. I'm like, goddamn, rah. But anyway, point being, for each of the guilds, you have a unique, uncommon, specifically from this set, and then there should be 2 different rares for each of the guilds as well. With Amzu, whatever title he has after that, from the Golgari packs being the top dog there. And the reason that I recently opened up my loose packs, just because I'm like, oh shit, that guy's like $20 now. Let's see what's up, man. Let's see what's up. And what was up is get fucked, nerd. Haha. All right, Dimir, Strandcatcher, and Thief of Sanity. All right, so that's I saw the Dimir ones because there's also the Memory Vampire, the other unique rare. All right, so we're on to box number 2 here. Still no Suppressor Skyguard, no Amzu. Oh, here's Azurius. Okay, so we might be seeing the old Suppressor Skyguard, who is mocking us right here on this theme card. If he's not in here, he's like, no, fuck you, man. Let's see, and oh, there he is, Suppressor Skyguard. 4 mana, 2/4, Human Knight, flying. Whenever a player attacks you, if that player has another opponent who isn't being attacked, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this combat. So really cool card, obviously meant for EDH, and yeah, forcing your opponent to at least attack each of your other opponents with a creature. Very cool design, and I really liked what they did with the Azurius cards here. The unique uncommon here being the Portal Manipulator. This is a fun one. So 4 mana, 3/2 human wizard with flash. When he enters the battlefield during the declare attacker's step, choose target player and any number of target attacking creatures their opponents control. Those creatures are now attacking that player. And I know there's other cards with this effect, but it is a fairly unique effect because, I mean, first off, obviously, it only works in a multiplayer game. There's keyword, something like goad, right, which is like a keyword, which are made in like multiplayer sets, but don't really do anything, in a single player format outside of forcing your opponent's creature to attack, but also defeats the purpose because the purpose is supposed to be attacking someone who's not you. But again, so yeah, this is an effect that doesn't really pop up that often, and it's just very cool. I mean, just a 4 mana, you got a 3/2 body on the board, and then like, oh yeah, you were swinging all out at me, thinking that you were going to take me out, and you weren't worried about this guy over here because he still has to rebuild. No, instead, you know what? How about you take him out, and you just swung out and left yourself defenseless, and I'm a fuck you real bad. Like, okay, yeah, Portal Manipulator, cool card. And the other thing about this clue set, being like a jumpstart product, but also unique to being a jumpstart product, is normally they're only 1 color, right? Because, with the mana base, you'll have like, in this case, it's 5 lands. I think normally it's 7 plus the thriving, whatever the color is. But here, obviously, you get the Guild Gate and the bounce land. So because of that, it's 5 basics. But anyway, it's focused on really on one specific color. They sometimes do like the 5 color thing, and they'll have like a Terramorphic Expanse, or they might have colorless. But the fact that all of these are all 2 color pairings is also the reason why you have the 2 variants for each of the guilds. Because, there's one Azurius that's, focused on blue cards, and one that's focused on white cards. Well, here's another Azurius Senate. Would love to showcase the white card one, but that means there's no Suppressor Skyguard then. So, don't like how that sounds. Ugh, don't like how that sounds. Well, anyway, okay. You go aside and let's see what is the rare that comes with this one. Lavinia, foil to Conspiracy. Oh, this is actually a halfway decent card. All right, so I didn't get any Azurius ones last time. So it is one colorless and then a white or a blue for a 2/3 legendary human detective with vigilance. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, investigate, and you can tap Lavinia to add 2 colorless, activate only during an opponent's turn. So, I mean, pretty cool card there. You know, you can swing out, ping your opponent for 2, and, you know, you get a Supreme Verdict in that pack too. Okay, I mean, it's no Suppressor Skyguard, but it's still a pretty solid pack. But yeah, you know, you swing out for 2. You get your clue token, hopefully, for you know, casting your second spell, and it's each turn. So right, if you can cast 2 spells on an opponent's turn, you can investigate then too, and if you have enough stuff, you can obviously investigate up to 4 times, you know, per rotation around the table. But then, yeah, after she attacks out, then you can tap her on your opponent's turn, sacrifice one of those clues, and, you know, draw a card real quick. And even if, you know, outside of just using that for clues, I mean, that's 2 colorless that you can use towards other activations as well. And the fact that she's in blue is nice. You know, you have access to something like Training Grounds. And it's not limited to only activating abilities or only doing one thing. The only downside is that you have to use that ability on your opponent's turn. I think before we got the blue ones here, right? So is this going to be something that's not... No, I guess we got the green ones before. I'm a fucking liar. All right, another Lonus, number 3. Another Hydroid Crassus. I remember... So yeah, it was Ravnica Allegiance. It was one of the first sets that I was drafting when I got back into the old Magic there at the end of 2018. And I remember someone pulling one of those and it being like 20-something bucks and being like, oh my god, that card is so fucking cool. And now I have like, you know, over a dozen of these from this stupid set. This is another Simic. All right, can you be the other variant? Even though, I mean, I'd rather have a Lonus and a Hydroid Crassus. But I want to remember the good times. What was in the blue pack? All right, this is the blue pack. And, oh, we got a Simic Signet. I mean, that's something. What is the rare? Unruly Crassus. 3 mana, 4/4, shark, octopus, lizard creature with trample. When he attacks, you have the whenever he attacks, you may have the base power and toughness of another target creature you control become XX until end of turn, where X is his power. And for 5, you can adapt 3, which adapt, of course, being that if he has no 1/1 counters on him, you can put then 3 1/1 counters on him. So I mean, pretty for, you know, 3 mana, 4/4 base stats are with trample. I mean, base stats right there are already pretty good, and then that additional ability there of being able to turn one of your creatures to match his power and toughness, and the fact that, you know, come when you have 5 mana, you can turn him into a 7/7. Actually, pretty solid. Master Biomancer, used to love him back in the day. Was it Gate Crash? I want to say Gate Crash. Pretty sure at least the second. Well, no, the first return to Ravnica, the second Ravnica set. There we go. Second Ravnica block. There we go. Haha, finally got it right. But Master Biomancer, 4 mana, 2/4. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with the number of additional 1/1 counters on it equal to Master Biomancer's power, and as a mutant in addition to its other types. So yeah, I remember having a friend play that against me and getting real fucking salty. Real fucking salty, real quickly. They had it in Zagana. I want to say Zagana, the merfolk chick. They are match made in heaven. All right, Orzhov. There's the Afterlife Insurance. Put that aside. Forgot to take those crab boys out. All right. Oh, Syndicate Heavy. That's the... All right, yeah, I definitely didn't pull this last time. 4 mana, 4/4, Extort. The beginning of each end step. If you gain 4 more life this turn, investigate. I mean, all right. Nothing too crazy. More excited about the Afterlife Insurance than the rare. So Lesnia. I think we still haven't seen the other guy, so we're gonna go right to it. Vernal Sovereign. 6 mana, 4/4. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, create a green and white elemental creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. So obviously a play on whatever his name is from Gate Crash and Beast Whisperer. All right. I mean, honestly, more excited about the Beast Whisperer than the Vernal Boy there. All right, so Selesnya, we've seen it, we've done it. Rakdos, Dimir. Yeah, a lot of these we've checked off the board. There's Rakdos. Go aside. My God, if I don't pull another fucking Amzu in this video, I'm gonna lose that. I mean, I can't bitch too much. I mean, those Watery Graves alone definitely hold everything together. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I picked up a few more of these before the price goes up any further. And who knows? I mean, it could drop back down below 40. But I feel as time goes on, and again, remember, I mean, the MSRP when this first came out, and it's been over a year ago, right? Is that right? I want to say Karlov was the beginning of 2024. Oh, no, yeah, no, because Ixalan was the end of 2023. And then this was the, why am I like looking at where I'm going to put this? Just put it down. All right. Ixalan was the end of 2023. And then Karlov started off the new year with the play boosters, getting rid of both the set and draft boosters. And then, yeah, Ravnica Remastered started off the year, just like Innistrad Remastered started off this year, and Unfinity being near the end of 2023. So again, you had that little period right there, right? Unfinity, Ravnica Remastered, and this set, all with Shocklands. Oh my God, Shocklands are going to 0. They're not worth anything anymore. Here's the craziest thing. Then they printed the Surveillance in Karlov, and people are like, oh my God, we need these down too, and Shocklands are still cool. Because at the end of the day, you know, the Shocklands, especially just because of the way they are, now the Surveillance, right, those, once they get reprinted, they're going to tank in value. Because even though they're really good, a lot of deck lists, right, might only be playing like 1 or 2 of them, right? Whereas with Shocklands, a lot of the time you want a whole play set. Now, obviously, if you're playing, you know, 3 or more colors, maybe not so much so. But in a 2-color deck, like, yeah, you're playing 4 Shocklands every single time. Okay, maybe not every single time, but a lot of the time. If you have access to them, why would you not have 4 of those that are easily, you know, fetchable with a variety of fetch lands at your disposal? And we're getting fucking hosed here. Not a damn Amzu. We're almost through 3 of these boxes, 24 packs, and not even a Golgari pack. So now I'm like, well, we'll see like a single Golgari, and then get nothing. Yeah, so nothing there. All right, next one. Okay, Golgari Swarm. Here it is, folks. Here it is. All this for a $20 card. Yeah. Finance Master Drew Peoples. Watch me not even fucking get one now. Just because the universe is like, hey, man, fucking hate you. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Fuck you too. All right. Yeah. Woo. We did it. Yay. Applause. All right. What does this thing do again? 5 mana, 3/3, legendary, insect, shaman, flying, and menace. Other insects you control have menace. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, you may create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token, then put a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among those cards. Do this only once each turn. So yeah, definitely a cool card. I'm not necessarily sure why it spiked so much in value as it has, but it has. Oh, and the Tribune of Rot. That's right. Let's see. Whenever he attacks, mill 2 cards for each creature card mill this way. Create a 1/1 green Sapperwing token. Ooh. Fancy. All right. Amzu, you are getting sleeved, my friend. Putting you aside. Oh, there with the fetch lands. The big boys. God bless you, soldier. Amen. All right. But also let this serve as a reminder that even though there's only really 20 variants that you can pull from here, getting a specific rare in one of these boxes is not super duper high, right? You're only getting 8 packs, so you have 8 rolls, and as you've seen, right, I mean, there's a few that we've got in the exact same rare and variant, like, right, like, look, another Simic. How many unopened Simics do I have? Oh, no, that's right. I opened 4 Simic ones already, and 3 of them were exactly the same. All right, we'll open this one too then. Let's see. Is it blue or green? All right, blue. So we got 2 blues and 1 green, but 5 of the same guild. All right, another Azurius. Can we get another Suppressor Skyguard, which is the blue one? So we'll know very quickly. Well, we'll know very quickly once I can get the goddamn plastic off this thing. Ah, we didn't. But I remember the white one was still good. Oh, yeah, because you get Lavinia and Supreme Verdict. All right. Still happy. Still happy. Can't go wrong with the old Supreme Verdict. Banish, shun, kill, destroy the non-believers, I've always said. All right, another Rakdos. 3 more. All right, can we get another Amzu? We're feeling a little greedy. Nope. That's another Gruul. Another Rakdos. All right, last pack. For the big reveal. House Demir. Blah. All right, well, we at least got one of our bug boy friends over there, so that's all good. And then we're just gonna scoot ski over here ski. So yeah, here we've got. Whoop. Wow, such production value. I just threw some of these top of there for no reason. All right, so anyway, here is how I'm going about sorting this mess, and again, just trying to share some insight for anyone out there that it matters. Yeah, that's right. I just threw some trash on the floor because I'm a fucking monster. So yeah, obviously dividing by color is the easiest way, and you have Wooburg, right? So always organizing by white, blue, black, red, green, and that's also conveniently how the numbering on these cards goes, right? It's alphabetical and by color. So, the first card then is obviously going to be, the A or whatever's closest to A in the white, and then, whatever's closest to Z in the multicolor, not the green. If there's no multicolor, then yes, green. And I'm sure for some people they're like, oh my god, dude, we fucking know this. Like, why are you talking about this? Again, just sharing some insight. Case you're a new player or something. Somehow you got through 30 fucking minutes of me cursing like a sailor and losing my mind trying to crack these packs looking for a stupid fucking bug. But regardless of that, just kind of vocalizing how I'm doing these things, because it's also helping me think about why I'm doing these things the way that I'm doing these things. Oh yes, words and language. So anyway, so most of the commons and uncommons here, I haven't really sorted through these, and honestly, right now I'm not going to. When I put them away in my box, for at least, the commons and uncommons here, I'm keeping them as is. Now I am going to go back through them again, so like here I have a little stack of just some cards, and I'm like, yeah, these are all pretty good hits. Ooh, what happened to that Consider there? That is unfortunate. How the fuck did that happen? Okay, I mean that couldn't have been one that I just pulled yesterday. Had to be from the way that it was in some box or something. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, yeah. So I just pulled out any commons or uncommons, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are pretty decent hits. So definitely want to put those aside. I mean, Lightning Bolt, you can never go wrong with that, right? Colossal Majesty. So I will go back through these again. And at least I'll divide by common and uncommon, right? And as I'm doing that, anything else that I'm like, you know what, actually, any copy of this card I'm also going to put aside. So there's that. Then we have the rares and mythics. So here is, all the unique ones from this set. So just rares. Not rares and mythics, because these are all just rares, right? But just, any rare that, was printed specifically for this set. It's just good to keep it aside. And as I've talked about before, with these kinds of mini sets, the chance of them getting reprinted anytime soon. I mean, look at Aftermath. Has it been 2 years? My God, I think it has been 2 years since Aftermath's come out, right? Have any of those cards been reprinted, right? 50 card set, you got Training Grounds as the only reprint within the set. So 49 cards up to be reprinted. Plenty, I'm sure people would be happy with, like Nissa, for example. And at some point, I mean, once that supply continues to run out, like, a lot of the prices are going to keep swinging up, right? Because plenty of them, they're just not going up because it's, still accessible enough and cheap enough. And because it's a smaller set, it's easy to pull any of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, they're not going to be reprinting any of those cards anytime soon, because there's so many other things that they could be reprinting that they know will get people in the door, where, saying, oh, look, we reprinted this card from Aftermath. No one gives a fuck. Now, they might have done it like in a Commander, only product. I haven't looked through every single card to see if it's been reprinted, but there's nothing that comes to mind that I'm like, oh yeah, they definitely reprinted that card. Could be wrong. If anyone has anything, knowledge about that, let me know. And then, the rares and mythics that are just reprints. And as you saw, each of those variations in there, right, you get the one that's unique to this weird little clue set, and then behind it you have the reprint rare or mythic. And then we already went through the uncommons there, and then of course the signets, went through and organized these to have them all. And you might have picked up there that they don't come in every pack. They're only in one of the two variants. You get a signet. But what you do get in every pack, you do get the guild gate associated with the guild, as well as the bounce land and the thriving card, which, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of these cards. The gates, I mean, the only reason I'm a fan of them to per se is, obviously there's cards built, or cards based around gates, and thus you can build decks around them and such. So they're cool in that regard. But, just the point I'm trying to get across is there is a lot of cool stuff here outside of just, the foil borderless shocklands and the, few rares that really stick out, like Amzu or Suppressor Skyguard. I mean, there's even a few here that, they're not, packing a punch. Like Carnage Interpreter, for example. This is one. I feel like this could be a meta-defining card in some ways. Now, these are only legal, I'm guessing, Eternal formats, right? But I mean, come on. He enters the battlefield, discards your hand, then investigate 4 times. That alone, a 3-mana card that adds 4 artifact tokens to the board. What if you have, what's his name? Foundry? Is it Foundry Inspector? I can't remember his name, but the guy from Modern Horizons 2, that whenever you make a clue, treasure, or food, you make all 3. So if you have him out and you play this guy, you get 4 foods, 4 clues, 4 treasures on the spot. Right? Like, that's crazy to me. And then on top of that, when you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, this guy gets +2/+2 in menace. I don't know. I feel like that. There's just quite a few cards like that in here that I'm like, that's a pretty good card, actually. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video once again. And there will hopefully be more of these clue packs in the future. But once it starts getting to like $50 plus, then I'm gonna start, being like, is it really worth it? Especially when they're just pumping out product left and right. There's so many other things that I'd be liking to buy as well. So we shall see. And until then, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.